fight fans? This is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of MMA Fight Camp. All right, you know I do an MMA Fight Camp. I talk about all things MMA, from the pro scene to the local scene. Yo, let me tell you who we got. We got the man. I'm talking about one of the veterans in the sport. He's been it. He's done it all. He's the guy, whenever you see him coming, you don't know what you're going to get, but whatever it's going to be, it's going to be spectacular. So I'm going to let you tell him all about it. He's my man, Moe. Let's get into it. Moe, where you been, brother?
I've been around, man. I've been around just focusing on real life, focusing on things outside of MMA.
Okay.
Had to take a step away for a little while, and decided to come back.
All right, so catch the fans up. First of all, tell them who you are. Tell them who you train, and tell them what's your record.
Varon, Mighty Moe Webb. Currently training at Brunson's MMA and Fitness out in Wilmington, North Carolina. Currently hold a record of 9-3 and 1 no contest, which I did win that fight. I started MMA in 2010, fought my amateur career, went about 19-5 my amateur career, then turned pro in 2012. And right now I'm won 4 out of my last fights. I took the last couple years off, and I'm ready to go back and just pick up pick up from where I left off.
Okay, so with you, I know you've done some boxing, just kind of keep your skills sharp, all that kind of good stuff. But was it a phone call that got you back into, or you've been sniffing around, like say, okay, I'm feeling that itch, is about time? What was the defining decision that made you decide to get back into the cage?
Yeah, like you said, so over the past couple of years, I have done several boxing matches. Only won one of them, but in boxing, I'm stepping into boxers' backyards, and and I've only fought good boxers. I didn't fight any bags or anything like that. I fought some good boxers who've been boxing their whole lives. I've done that, for the experience, both being able to add that extra boxing element to my game, striking inside the pocket, shortening up my punches, working on my speed and footworks and things of that nature, and also boxing pays pretty well prays pretty good as well. I've gotten several offers to fight over the past couple of years, but I hadn't been training for MMA, so I didn't feel like I was physically prepared. And then also, I deal with, some PTSD, so I have some mental, some anxiety and depression issues. So that's also something big with me. If I'm not in it mentally, then it wasn't something that I wanted to do. With that, just talking to my therapist, and she pretty much told me, she was like, you need to get back to doing things that bring you enjoyment in life and things like that. And competing, and I still had been training, but just not training to fight, just training just for health, and just because it's I'm a martial artist first. Before I'm a fighter, I'm a martial artist. And so it was that. But I think the biggest thing, honestly, that got me like, all right, you need to get back in the cage, is my older brother. He's actually, Kenneth champion. He's fighting out of Golden Falcon Gym in Connecticut.
Okay.
He just made his pro debut back in October. He's getting ready to have his second professional fight at the end of this month here. And just watching him just, tear through guys up there, it got me excited, especially, he started off, he's the one that got me started wrestling when we were younger. And then, he came to, down when I fought CJ Hamilton. He actually came down and visited. I got him corner pass. He sat in the corner. He was mad excited after the fight. He was like, man, I'm about to go back and train. And he did it, he's been doing good. And I'm like, so I went up and sparred and worked out with him one day, and I was so out of shape. And you know, he handed my ass to me. I was like, nah, that shit can't happen no more. That cannot happen again. Then also, I'm like, man, you know, I can't let him make it to the UFC or Bellator or anywhere else before me, because I know he's going to get there. But you know, I just got to be the first one.
I know that's right. So, like I said, you know, this is with anything. Everybody gets older and things like that. So, do you feel like you still the Mo we all know and love, or you feel like you had to evolve your game to go with the time? Like I say, you know, I mean, a veteran is a veteran. We got plenty of skills outside of physical. You know what I'm saying? You know your way around the cage. You know what's coming, things like that. Where do you see your skill set now that you've been, you know, that you've been on an age, you've been doing different things? Where do you see yourself now?
Well, I mean, I'm 35, but like I said, I feel like I'm 25. I don't feel like I've digressed or I've taken a step back in anything. You know, one thing about you know, martial arts, you know, just like basketball. If Michael Jordan go pick up a basketball right now, he's not missing a step. You know, he might be, you know, older and slower, but he's not missing a step. All those skills, all that knowledge and everything that he has is still going to be there. The same way with me. Yeah, I might have taken a little bit of time off, but I've still been working. You know, like I said, I'm a martial artist. I still work, I still train, I still meditate. And, you know, I've been focusing, you know, now a whole lot on, you know, just jujitsu, just being in the gi and just grappling. You know, I took 2 years off before. I took 2015 to 2017 off. I had, you know, had suffered from an injury. Then after that, I just, you know, took time off and was just doing whatever. Decided to come back in 2017, took my first fight against a 4-0 opponent, beat him, you know. Then decided to take another fight. This guy was 7-0, beat him as well. And he's, you know, one of the top ranked guys, you know, on Tapology. So taking time off and coming back it's not a big deal. You know, it's all about, you know, training. Once I felt that I was ready to get back in the cage, then, you know, I'm ready to get back in the cage. I'm still this same me. If anything, I've evolved. I've improved on my game. You know, with age comes wisdom. So I'm smarter. I'm able to control myself a lot more. I'm able to see things that, you know, I didn't pay attention to before. You know, and just, you know, my striking has improved. I don't want to get too much into, you know, things that I've been working on and stuff like that. But, you know, my striking has definitely improved more, and it's not like it was an area that I was lacking in. My wrestling's improved. That's not an area that I was lacking in. And my ground game overall has just been proven. So, and that's all I'm striving for. Like I said, I can't take a step back. All I can do is get better. So, that's all I'm going to keep on doing.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm gonna say. I've always been a fan. I've always liked how you get down. I like the way you approach a fight. You know, no matter where it goes, you're gonna always bring something, you know, unorthodox, something new, something we ain't never seen before. I mean, so that's why I'm excited to see what kind of new tricks that you're gonna bring at your bag that ain't nobody seen. You don't just
got a couple things.
The typical style of fighting, which I love. But now getting into what I saw, the announcement that you're gonna be fighting Cody Durden, I was like, what? I was like, okay, now is a story. This, like I said, Cody Durden, he been making his rounds, he been doing some things, right? But like I said, a lot of us feel that Cody's not fighting anybody. We quote unquote consider some guys maybe trying to pad their records, not really fighting the right guys. So by you stepping up, everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows what you bring to the table. I consider you, if you good, let's prove it. Mo is the guy you will have to prove it on. If you think you that kind of guy and you that high level quality of fighter, you're that guy. So trust me, as a fan, I am all over this. So my question is how did that call come together? How you pick? I mean, how did this fight come together?
You know, Jesse Wable hit me up, and you know, he was like, got a fight with Cody Durden on March 7th. I don't really follow the local scene or anything like that. I don't even really follow like UFC or Bellator too much. I just I don't know. I don't really follow too much. But Cody and I we've actually been Facebook friends for a while now. So I see when he posts things up about his wins and things. So I know he's definitely been doing his thing. I've never paid attention to, pulled him up to see the records of the guys that he's been fighting or, paying attention to who he's actually been fighting. I do know there's been a couple times, like I'll put like a post up on Facebook and he kind of did low key call me out. Like, I don't know. It was, I was pretty much saying, I'm ready to get back in the cage. And he was like, well, you can fight me on March 7th. So I'm like, okay. And then there was another time I posted something on Facebook. I was like, man, anybody that I fight from now on, they're going to finish. I'm finishing them, And then he commented on my post. He was like, you better hope you're not fighting me. So I'm like, oh, this dude, he wants some smoke. Okay. He wants some smoke. So, and I like that. I definitely like that. I've never been called out before. So, I step to the plate, batter up. You feel me? So, yeah, so when Jesse hit me up and, offered me to fight, I had that Joker smile come on my face, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's time to eat because I'm ready to. So, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know a whole bunch about him. I know he's pretty well-rounded, average type of fighter. And I know he's got a strong wrestling background, but I've pretty much everybody that I fought have had strong wrestling backgrounds. I've fought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, brown belts, and beat them. I fought great wrestlers, great strikers. I've just fought everybody that I've fought has been good. I've never fought any. I'm not going to call anybody a scrub in this game because it takes just by stepping out there and being a professional athlete, there's no scrubs. But I've never fought anybody that was that I didn't feel I was going to benefit from afterwards. It's no point of a NBA player training with a high school players, unless he's trying to help them out or something like that. So any fight that I've taken has always been, to challenge myself. So that way I can, that's the point of fighting, other than to get the money, you want to see that you're better than the next man. So I'm going to fight people that's got a similar record to me or something that's higher. And so that's how I always looked at it.
Well, the good thing about this is, like, I don't know if like we know, but you are now in a great triangle. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know if you know that Cody and CJ Hamilton, they've been going back and forth for a while, so we can't seem to get that fight done. CJ is somebody that you've already had fought in the past, and now this triangle, if you run through, Cody, I'm pretty sure that fight between a rematch may be on the table as well. So this triangle, well, I'll put it this way: by the time I get done with it, it's gonna be that triangle that everybody gonna know about. Because hey, you one of those guys, man. You one of those guys that earned it the hard way. You fought everybody. South Carolina, North Carolina, it don't matter. Everybody knows your name. So why not give you the shot? You know what I'm saying? That's what Coach D does. I make sure everybody knows what's going on. So this is going to be very, very excited. But let me ask you this. Do you really feel that, that bride, because fighting ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? So we act like we downplay sometimes, like, yeah, man, get in the cage and do your thing. We call guys scrubs and don't take it seriously. But we know getting punched in the face ain't no easy thing, man. So do you still feel the same fire you used to feel back in the day when you first got started?
Oh yeah, definitely. And that, like I said, that's the reason why I'm back. You have to realize, I realize my why. Once you find your why are you doing something? And I remember my why clicked back to me, and it's just a big part of my life that I was missing. And man, just going to the gym and training every single day, coming back home at night, my body's sore. It's just the feeling that I miss, and I just can't see life without it, anymore. Like I said, the fire is still there. If anything, I'm more dangerous, more bloodthirsty. Like I said, I'm trying to finish everybody. I've proved that I can go the distance. I proved that I can go the distance, whether it's a 3-round fight whether it's a 5-round fight, that's not a problem. Now I want to prove that I can, you know, finish people. You know, I've been a little bit too cautious in you know, a lot of my fights, and forget that, you know, throw caution to the wind and just have confidence in all of my abilities. And that's what it is. I'm like supremely confident in my abilities, and you know, and that's it. That's how
Okay.
I go.
So how do you choose? I mean, like I said, I know you do a lot of traveling from, you know, with us just talking.
Mhm.
So how do you choose your camps, or do the camps just choose you?
So as far as you know, how I ended up at Brunson's, so Karma Radford, you know, one of my training partners up there, I used to wrestle with her cousin Nate back in Connecticut, back in high school. And you know, some years ago he hit me up. He was like, "Yeah, my cousin's training in North Carolina now. Y'all should link up." So we became Facebook friends, and we had never met each other in person. And I happened to be cornering my buddy Will at a boxing event in Virginia back in December, and she ended up being there. She needed a corner. Something happened, you know, the coaches couldn't make it, so I ended up stepping in her corner. Then afterwards, she's like, you know, you should come out in Brunson's and check us out. And at this point, I wasn't training anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I just been focusing on, you know, running my business and stuff like that. So I went out there, and you know, met the guys out there and the ladies out there and started training, and it was a great fit for me. It was definitely a great fit for me. And you know, I'm in a atmosphere that, you know, definitely feels like family, and you know, and there's connections there as well. So definitely do the bulk of my training there. I've been going out to Soar Summit Muay Thai. You know, that's always going to be my home. You know, getting in some sparring, and then also some other work with Nick Rodriguez. You know. So.
Okay. All right, but so hey, use this time because you are now back. Use this time to, you know, shout out to all your friends, all your sponsors. If you got any people who's helped you get back to where you are right now.
Yeah. You know, first, you know, I want to shout out my wife and my kids for just, you know, keeping me sane, keeping me on my toes, keeping me busy. You know, I want to thank my brother Mac for doing his thing and keeping me motivated, always pushing me to get back inside the cage, because there's, you know, the time that I took off, he's really the only person that's like, yo, you need to get back, you need to get back, you need to come back, you need to come back. And so that's, you know, so definitely want to give a huge shout out to him. And he's going to be doing big things. So y'all need to look out for him. Kenneth Champion, Rise of the Phoenix. He's up in Connecticut, 145 pounder. Who else? You know, I want to shout out everybody at Brunson's MMA and Fitness. Derek Brunson, he's got his fight coming up. Actually, he's fighting on the same day that I'm fighting as well. So who else? Definitely want to shout out all my number one stunners. You know, definitely want to shout out all my number one stunners. Shout out my folks at Source Summit Muay Thai, and that's pretty much it. I just want to just share my philosophy on things. You know, I hear people, they ask like, oh, how do you prepare for this fight? Or you watch a whole bunch of video on the person, or you know, I don't focus on none of that. I don't focus on the person's record. I don't focus on, oh, if he's a good wrestler, if he's good at jiu-jitsu, whatever. I'm focusing on being the best me that I possibly can be, you know, in all facets of the game, because the fight's not going to go how you think it's going to go, regardless of what. So therefore, I'm going to be prepared for wherever it goes. You know, if he wants to strike, we can strike. If he wants to try and take me down, he could try and take me down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We know how that goes. You know, whatever, cage, go up against the cage, wherever the fight goes, I'm going to be prepared no matter what. You know, if you're going to step into a cage against a lion, you can't prepare for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go. If you get put in the cage with a gorilla, you just got to go. You know, when the Spartans were getting ready for war, they weren't scouting out, you know, who they were fighting and, you know, looking at their techniques. No, it was all about us, you know, all about, you know, their skills, their strategies. And when they went to war, it was just all about kill. kill, kill, kill. You know what I'm saying? Make them bleed, and that's what it is for me. I don't care about who my opponent trains with, what gym they train at, you know, what their special skills and abilities are. They got an arm, a leg, an arm, and a head. They stepping into the cage with the same things that I got, and you know, you just got to be able to hit me.
All
That's
right,
all.
that's what's up. Hey, but like I said, I'll of course, me being Coach D, I got those little heat in there. You got any prediction for the fans?
Like I said, I'm finishing everybody. That's it. I don't predict rounds. I don't predict how it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. Either he's going to sleep, or, you know, the ref's going to stop it before he goes to sleep. That's all. And that's for anybody that steps in the cage with me. That's not just directed at him. That's anybody that steps in the cage with me. Like I said, I got this fire inside of me. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I got that taste of blood, and I'm just ready to, you know, mine. It's all mine. I'm coming. Yeah.
Hey, fight fans, this is what I'm talking about. Hey, it ain't political. It ain't no PC. It's just calling it like it is. And that's what Mighty Moe was doing. He goes, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. Moe, once again, give him your name and give him your camp.
Varon, Mighty Moe Webb, the one and only, one of the best that's ever going to do it. And y'all going to see, watch. Y'all definitely going to see. And fighting out of Brunson's MMA and Fitness.
You heard it, and you know Coach D gonna do what he does. This is the interview I like because I get to go where I want with it. That means bring that heat. We all know what's going on. It's Cody Durden. You know what I'm saying? Hey, apparently Cody been low-key calling him out. Moe had accepted the challenge. The fight is now ready to go. We got some dancing to do, and I'm gonna make sure I make it happen. Give us the date of the fight.
March 7th in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, March 7th, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to make sure I'm there, so I guess I got to go ahead and hit up David and go, David, hey, let's make this dance happen because it's about to be live up in here. You know what it is. This is Coach D. Do what I'm doing, calling it like I see it. Till you hear from me again, peace out.